So yesterday we started 4.2. It's all about angle measures of triangles. We got through the first 14 examples. It's kind of halfway through the material. We're going to start on number 15. So just find your notes right where we left off. This was in your notes from yesterday. Do you recall?
Yes.
Okay, it was the very first thing in your notes. If you missed it yesterday, go back and fill it in now. If you have it from yesterday, you shouldn't have to add it to your notes for today. This says, today we will work with triangles and angle measures that have variables. So yesterday you were just given two angles. You had to find a third angle. Sometimes it was the inside. Sometimes it was the outside, interior and exterior. Now we're going to look at some that have variables. So we're going to have to actually write equations. Same basic idea though. You need to remember that the sum of the angles, the interior angles of a triangle, is always 180. All right. Here's our first example for today. So, sum means add. So, we are going to now write equations. You could have written equations yesterday. I just think it would have been a little extra. Today, you have to write equations, though. There's not really a shortcut without writing an equation. So, this angle plus this angle plus this angle equals 180. Remember, addition is commutative, so order doesn't matter. If you did x plus 2, then plus x, then plus 6x plus 10, that would be fine. The other thing that doesn't really matter here are the parentheses. You're not distributing anything. You're just adding everything. So don't worry about the parentheses too much.
Is this equal 28?
You do not, when you add x's, you add the coefficients in the front. The exponents don't change. Those are just like terms. So it's like 1x plus 1x plus 6x, which is 8x.
28.
And then 2 plus 10 is 12. So the next step looks like this, 8x plus 12. And then you just solve for the x. So subtract 8 from both sides.
Exactly.
There you go. X equals 21. Raise your hand if you have questions. So you see how this is very similar to yesterday. It's just kind of kicking it up a notch. Here is number 16. Oh, did you need me to go back? All right, sorry. So back it up to 15. I totally didn't realize that your notes have a little more than my notes. I don't know how that happened, but here we are. So we want the measure of BAC. So BAC is this guy. So what you're going to do is take the x out, put the value for x in. The value for x is 21. What's 21 plus 20 or plus 2? 23. So the degree measure of that angle is 23 degrees. We can also find the measure of BC or ACB. But now I need to multiply by 6, then add 10 to the 21. So what is 6 times 21? 126 plus 10? 136. Now, how can I check to see if these are right? Add them together with this guy is just x. So if you add 21 and 23 and 136, what do you get? I hope you get 180. If not, we need to back it up and try again. Yeah, it works out. All right, any questions? Sorry for the discrepancy in our notes. It means like they don't match. Mine doesn't match yours. All right, let's see if 16 matches. All right, so on number 16, we are looking at two interior angles and an exterior angle. You need to remember from yesterday that the exterior angle's measure is the same as the two interior angles across the triangle added together. So 8 plus 6x is going to equal what? 8 plus 6x equals what?
180.
What does this say?
30 plus 4x.
30 plus 4x plus 2. Yeah, you already added the like terms. Yep. Good. So the exterior angle equals these two added together. Now, I have x's on both sides of the equal sign and I have like terms. So it's going to be a little harder to solve this. Add the like terms first. The 2 and the 30 gives me 32. Then I can subtract 4x. Then I can do what? Well, yeah, solve it. Subtract 8 from both sides. Then divide by 2 and you get x equals what? 12. Good. Once again, yours has a little more than mine. So angle 1 is this guy. That's going to be fun. Okay, first let's find EFD. EFD. So this guy, right? So I'm going to do 4 times 12 plus 2. Four times 12 is what?
36.
48. And 48 plus 2 is? 50. So the measure of that angle is 50 degrees. I'm looking for angle 1, which is the interior angle. Not the exterior angle, the interior angle. So how am I going to find the interior angle? You're close. There's minus in there. There's 50 and 30 in there. Yeah, so these 3 added together should give me what? 180. So I know that one of them is 30. I just found out the other one's 50. If I subtract those, it should give me the measure of this interior angle. Okay, which is what? 100. Now, I will agree that it doesn't really look like that, right? But, you know, we got to go with it. Sometimes the diagrams aren't super accurate. In geometry class, it doesn't look like it or it does look like it. Those are not valid reasons for anything. Okay? So you just got to take my word for it. Any questions? How can I start number 18? What? This slide is all messed up. This is number 17? Oh my gosh. I'm going to get fired for this. Thank you. All right, we are going to start this one. What do we do? X what?
Plus 37. Plus 67.
X plus 37
Plus X.
plus X
Plus 67.
plus 67.
Equals 180.
Nope.
90.
Plus 90 equals 180. Add them all together. Now, this is still 17, although my 17 goes away. I either have to go with the animations or handwriting. I can't do both. All right, so X plus X is 2X. When you add the 67 and the 37 and the 90, you get 194. Minus, minus. Divide, divide. So x equals negative 7. Now, we are also going to find
IGH.
the measure of angle IGH and the measure of angle GHI. This one is H, this one is I, this one is G. Okay. The measure of angle IGH. IGH, that's this guy. So negative 7 plus 67 is what? 60. Good. And then I'm going to look at the measure of angle GHI. So GHI. Okay, so that's this guy. So I have negative 7 plus 37, which is 30. Very good. Questions? Okay, so here's the real number 18, not the last one, which was the fake number 18. Let's see if we have anything to go by. Oh, you got to notice these guys up here. It's above yours as well. Those are some big clues, right? Okay. How is that going to help us? So we have the measure of angle 3 and the measure of angle 4. They give us those measures. What do I know about 3 and 4? Look at your diagram. 3 and 4 are what? They're adjacent. They're adjacent and they make a line when I put them next to each other. So they are a linear pair. This is a chapter 2 idea. So since 3 and 4 are a linear pair, I can add those expressions together to equal the measure of a straight angle, which is 180. That will give me x, which will sort of unlock everything else for me. So this is 12x plus 60 equals 180. If I wrote them down right, I think I did.
10.
All right, so subtract 60 from both sides. You are right that x is going to equal 10. All right, so that's our first answer. Now I have to find the measure of angle 3. How am I going to do that? By using my math skills. In what fashion? Yeah, we know that 2x plus 20. Oh, no, sorry. It involves the 2x plus 20. What do I do with the 2x plus 20? Plug the x back in. I already used the 2x in an equation to find the x. I don't want to solve it for a different equation. That'll give me 2 different x's. I'll be all confused. What I need to do is plug it right here and just evaluate this expression. So 2 times 10 plus 20, that'll give me the measure of angle 3, which is 40. All right, so I now know that this guy is 40. I'm going to need that in a second. Now I want to find the measure of angle 4. How am I going to do that? Plug it back into this. So now 10 times x, but x is also 10. So 10 times 10 plus 40 is 140. Now, I'm sorry, I drew an arrow to the wrong one up here. That's 40. All right, so I know that I have two angles in this triangle that I already know, right? I was given this one is 30 degrees. I found by plugging in my variable that this one's 40 degrees. How am I going to find angle 2? Subtract it from 180. So 180 minus the 2 that I know, that'll give me the one I don't know, which is what? 110. Good. The other way would be to notice that you have the exterior angle 140. This one's 30. These two should add together to give you that one. 140 minus 30 is also 110. So by two different methods, I got the same answer, so I'm feeling pretty good right now. Questions on this one? It's quite a doozy. We good? All right. How should I start number 19? 55 plus 54 plus x plus 74 equals 180. I know that these three angles added together should give me 180. All right. From there, I have 55 plus 54 plus 74. Can someone add those for me real quick?
109.
It's
All together.
109 plus 74. So 183. So x plus 183 equals 180. X is going to equal a negative 3. All right, so that's my first answer. Now, how am I going to find the measure of angle KJL? Times it by negative 3. Plug it in. So that just says x plus 73. So I need to do negative 3 plus 74. I said 73, I meant 74. Is what? 71. Questions? We don't have anything right now for this. I'd leave that guy out of it completely. Do we know a way to leave him out of it completely for now? Yes. What do I do? Take the 88 and the 9x plus 2 and do what with it? Exactly. We know that the exterior angle equals the interiors added together across the triangle, right? So what I'm going to do is 20x plus 35 equals 88 plus 9x plus 2. All right, I'm going to add these together. So 20x plus 35 equals 9x plus 90. Get your x's together. So that's what? 11x. All right, when you subtract 35, what do you get? 55. So 11x equals 55. So what's x equal? 5. Good. Okay, I am looking for the measure of angle NMP. So that's the tippy top, right? So 9x plus 2. But instead of the x, what am I going to put? 9 times 5 plus 2. which is what? 47. So I currently know that this guy's 88. This guy's 47. And I'm looking for this final angle. Now I'm finally ready to deal with this guy. How am I going to find him? How am I going to find this guy? Plug what in? There's nothing there except a 1. But I know this guy and I know this guy.
So you want to subtract 180 minus 40 and
Good. So I'm going to do 180 minus 88 minus 47. I'm going to do 180 minus 47 minus 88.
139.
Come on, I see a bunch of calculators. Somebody do it.
Oh, Chip, it's 41. Is it 41? 42?
no. 45.
I was going to say, it's got to have to end in a 5. All right. Questions? All right, so follow along. Your notes are a little neater than my chicken scratch on the board, but you are classifying these using both methods, by angles and by sides. Do you know either of them for A?
Scalene and acute.
It is a scalene and acute. B, equilateral, equiangular. All right, you can't really, that's a 70 and a 75. It's a scalene. Scalene what? Acute, good. Now, if you're like, I don't know this one, and I can't really tell, you now know a method for finding the missing angle. You do 180 minus minus, it's definitely going to be below 90, so we're good. All right, and then number 21, part D, it's an isosceles acute. Good. And then your last one in your notes. Everyone good on these?
Yeah.
So on the last one of your notes, you have a triangle, right? And we are naming the side opposite each angle. When you are naming sides, you have to use 2 letters because they are line segments. So first we want the side opposite angle F. What's opposite angle F? GH. Don't forget the segment symbol. Some of you are getting a little lazy with your notation. Part B, we are looking for the side that's opposite angle, what? Angle G?
FH.
Opposite angle G is segment FH or side FH. And then number C, opposite angle H. You know what I mean. FG, very good. Okay, I sincerely apologize for the PowerPoint. I will do better tomorrow, I promise. Good thing you had the notes packets, right? Okay, quiet down. Here comes the homework. You need to work on it for the next 10 minutes. This class is getting a little chatty lately. We talked about it yesterday. We need to rope it back in, okay? Tomorrow is Friday. Friday after a 4-day week. You are going to want to be noisy. We're doing a lesson. This was a 4-day week. It's a normal weekend. We weren't here on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing a lesson tomorrow, so come in ready to work, okay? It's not like a fun review day. We're not doing a quiz. Those are kind of the typical Friday things. We are doing an actual lesson, so come in, get your notes out, get the homework out, get to work.